seriously, it's a real thing. You may recall, for those of you who are older, some distant class in your distant past, maybe an econ class that talked about something called the collective action problem. That's when you have something that's a collective good that everybody sort of needs, but if everybody sort of needs it, there's a tendency to wait in a fragmented world where there's not sort of an organized set of rules. There's a tendency to want somebody else to supply the collective good. And as a consequence, the collective good is undersupplied. Well, in this case, the collective good that we need for the good of California is an adequately sized, adequately skilled construction trades workforce to build housing. And it's being undersupplied. And we see that on projects out there where we're not able to hit the productivity rates that we want to see. We're not able to hit the efficiency rates that we want to see because we're not utilizing the apprenticeship system that was developed, or there's a tendency to be bifurcated between, well, I'm going to do a prevailing wage job this week, but I'm going to go work for 25 bucks an hour and no health care next week. That sort of system does not breed or does not help to cultivate 200,000 additional housing-focused construction workers. In a world of markets, everybody's waiting for somebody else to pay for that collective good. Collective bargaining, I see I've got 1 minute left. I'll let Jeremy probably deliver the punchline here about how collective bargaining serves a purpose. And when you have a fragmented, cutthroat market of thousands and thousands of players, there are thousands of contractors out there. Who's going to, and they're all having to figure out how to craft their bid for tomorrow, and they don't want to lose the bid tomorrow. So that means they don't want to take on these long-term costs. Well, back in the 70s, when we hit those record high 300,000 units per year, the coastal urban markets were unionized. We had more residential apprentices for the Northern California carpenters, or as many residential apprentices in the carpenters union as we did non-residential. In fact, the carpenters union's lead bargaining partner was the Association of Home Builders. The home builders set the wage that was the wage that then the non-residential builders followed. Well, that's changed. The 1980s, the home builders broke off those relationships. So you don't have the organizing body to solve the collective action problem. The only things that can do it are either this sort of an industry-wide bargaining framework and or the government, which just sets prevailing wages. Now, congratulations to the developers in the room that are out there on probably 100% of their jobs paying prevailing wages, because that is one piece of the solution. It's not the complete piece of the solution, because not everybody on those projects is probably having their workers participate in apprenticeship programs, is not having them participate in retirement programs that help to attach the worker to the industry. That's the second piece of key piece to not only recruiting people with something attractive for a limited time, but to retaining them for the 10+ years that we need to build at a high rate. And that's my time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.